We appreciate our witnesses to being here today. We're here to talk about the GAO's high-risk list, something the VA enjoys a prestigious place on in many areas, and I appreciate the testimony we're about to hear. I've read a lot of the testimony last night before the hearing today, and I think this will be a meaningful and important hearing. As of April 1st, 2015, more than 100, approximately 68% of GAO's recommendations are still open, and 40% of the recommendations are more than 3 years old. These are VA recommendations. GAO meets regularly with the VA to discuss what is needed to get off of the list. It should not take a public scolding like a hearing of this type for the VA to implement both GAO and IG recommendations. It's unclear from VA's testimony if they even understand the importance of being on the list or off the list for that matter. Nowhere in VA's testimony do they address the specific concerns raised over the years by GAO or the IG. The testimony only outlines the programs VA has said it put in place for a long time. If those programs had worked, VHA would not have been placed on the list to begin with. VA should not simply focus the number of recommendations they can close, they should focus on all the recommendations. Much like the scandal that erupted in Phoenix this time of year, the problem was not isolated to Phoenix, but it was systemic in nature. Historically, the government as a whole performs very poorly in the area of information technology, and VA is no exception, and the federal IT has been the area of concern for GAO. Protecting our veterans' personal health care information is fundamental trust to the VA, yet it continues to be a security issue for most recently highlighted by the IG, whose report and testimony today, I might add, is outstanding. Allowing contractors to access VA's network from foreign countries, particularly China, raises enormous red flags. The IG's testimony outlines the fact that the VA has over 6,000 outstanding system security risks that have not been remediated. It is time we raise the visibility of this problem to a public hearing, and I'm delighted to turn it over to Ranking Member Richard Blumenthal.